Okay. Um, the title of our new book is here. I don't know. Can you see it? Sometimes it's difficult. Anyway, I'll read it for you. 7 Degrees of Separation. Ken, the Timberline Janitor by Bobby Burrows. Front Desk Manager, Timberline Lodge, Whistler, British Columbia. In Supernatural, British Columbia. That's me, Bobby Burrows. And Ken, the Timberline Janitor, is somebody who, worked at the same place that I did in those days. Well, also, connected to Ken, me, um, and Ken's, co-worker at the Timberline, Peter, is Harry Smith, the woodworker. And Harry was of the family E.D. Smith, jam and jelly, which was a Canadian staple. It was sold everywhere. So anybody that ever had E.D. Smith jam in Canada, you're within 7 degrees of separation of Ken, the janitor, at the Timberline Lodge in Whistler, British Columbia. Why? It's just that he's the most, everyday kind of person. Just an everyday kind of person that's just, an everyday person. And, everybody in Canada is within 7 degrees of separation from that. Through E.D. Smith and Harry Smith and Whistler. So what's the whole point? Well, it's more and more trying to remember everybody here on the planet. According to biological science, we all have a common ancestor, female, through, what is it called? Some kind of, I don't know, hereditary things. And I think it's also the same with the father. Genetic parents. So we're all of the same, species, which means, have a drink on it, Auntie Helen. Auntie Helen chose, this is what she chose for tonight. She chose, light's terrible, LCBO, where she ordered me up. This is a bottle of Crown Royal, and she wanted, this is Coca-Cola Zero, and she wanted the plot to poison Putin exposed. So we'll put this here in the light. There you go. National Enquirer. And then she also wanted us to look at this one, which is the Globe. And we're going to put it this way. Okay, so who's got fresh breath? Vlad has posed, ready for fresh breath. So, and over here, it's the PLO, which is Palestinian Liberation Organization. Please leave on. That's Yasser Arafat. What does that all mean? Well, these are all code names for, just, storytellings and things. Okay, so what we're doing these days is we're working on our root chakra. That's the lowest chakra in your body chakras. And that one needs a lot of healing because it's the one that is said to carry a lot of past life traumas. Now, if you were a witch, like, I told you before in previous videos that, I have markings of being a witch. But, in past lives we were told that there was the Salem witch trials where, they took people that were supposed to be witches and they burned them at the stake. So if that happened in a past life of anybody, well, then, you're, that's your connection to life itself. And if that was burned, you might have past life traumas. And that might come out in areas like, hemorrhoids, scoliosis. Why? Because, the end of your tail bone. It would be a tail if you were a monkey, if you had a previous life as a monkey. I don't know. It's just that the scoliosis is like don't have a perfectly straight, upright spine. Well, that was I don't know. It was just like, these are just old things that need to be, healed. And how do you heal them? Well, mm, best idea I can think of is have raisin bran for breakfast or bran muffin. Yeah, any kind of thing that's like, um, that. Well, you could have it with raisin bran and almond milk. It's because it just it keeps you regular, keeps things going through, and it's better to have things going through soft and lots of it, so that it keeps you from getting diverticulitis. Diverticulitis is like pockets in your duodenum or ileum or something. And anyways, it's not a pleasant thing to suffer from these kind of things. So if you have lots of raisin bran, just like a bowl, it only doesn't have to be even every day, but I would say at least every day for now, because you really need to get a lot going through there, because we're working on cleaning out all that crap, and it comes out, as like, pimples and on the outside, skin eruptions. And on, in it might just be like black tarry poop. Black tarry poop was supposed to be like if you drank rye whiskey with not enough water and it kind of dried out the poop on the inside. And people were notorious from the old days for, drinking rye whiskey with ginger ale. The fire inspector, Inspector Morano of, where the hell was that? Orillia, Ontario. Well, I mean, that was Colin's dad, and Colin Morano, my roommate, and when I was 19 at McMaster University, Woodstock Hall. Yeah, that's right. And, I always wanted to, send healing to Colin, who had problem with, like, cuts on his arm, and Knack, who had a skin problem as well. And it's like, so it seems like, a lot of people have, like, age spots and things burned off that are like whatever the horrible thing is. So we dearly do want to send a healing to everyone who's felt like maybe they had varicose veins, like various other people. So everybody also wants to have their mental problem fixed, and that would be clearing the verities and samskaras. That's what they're called in Christopher Isherwood's book. Well, you can look that one up. It was something about yogic sutras of Patanjali. Anyways, it's quite an interesting book about exactly what mental illnesses are. Whirlpools in the mind, we would call them. Like hurricanes that, just don't seem to subside. Like, the great red spot on the planet Jupiter that was supposed to be an enormous storm that lasts forever. So, I don't know, some people think it's a good vacuum cleaner. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to move along. Okay, so we're going back to Auntie Helen here. So we're going to turn to another page. Okay, so this one was, I don't know, they don't want to change it too much. Change it up. Okay, so miracle treatment for winning at love. The gift of a lifetime for your daughter, Emily. Okay, no, I don't know. Auntie Helen says, oh, good God, you're going to have to let that simmer. She says, sometimes you ask too much. You've got to let them simmer. But I don't know. Hold on.